you guys? It's your girl Kiara and I'm back with another video, and this video is gonna be a story time about the time I injured myself, ankles in particular. So the reason I posted this video was, well, the reason I started recording was, like, I watch YouTube to get inspiration. I mean, a lot of YouTubers do that, but I was watching some story times, and I was thinking to myself, I said, myself said, I said, let me do this video, this story time, because y'all ain't gonna believe this, but I had forgot I broke my ankle. I forgot I broke my ankle for a hot second, because I'm thinking like, okay, I know I got a story to tell. I know I got a story somewhere. Oh, I guess that's, I don't know. I said I know I got a story to tell somewhere. But, and then I thought about my whole ankle has metal in it, and I've never even said nothing. But this the video. That's what the video gonna be about. By the time I broke my ankle and all the stuff that happened afterwards. So we finna get right on into this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, all that, cause I know y'all wanna support your girl. And I don't know if this, tell me in the comments if y'all can tell the difference between my camera that I'm using versus my iPhone that I use on every other video. Literally, this is like the second time I've used my camera, minus the time way back, and I think, what, March? Yeah, it was March when I used that camera, and y'all gonna know which one it is because it's lagging so bad. It's lagging. So this is my second time using the camera. I think I figured out how to edit my videos without it lagging like that, and plus with my new setup, my new background, I want to give it another chance because I spent some money on this camera, and I will spend as much time as I need to figure out how to use it and use it well. I don't play about my shams. And as always, my air conditioner gonna be in the background because I like it cold. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Alright, so this story time takes place end of May 2018. I want to say May 20 something. All I know was it was the weekend before I was getting ready to start my summer classes for school. And this class was very important to me, so I had to get up in there. So the weekend before we started back class, my cousins were going to a trampoline park, and I was like, I ain't doing nothing. I'll chaperone, because my older cousin was the only adult. She was old enough. She was of age. She was the only one who was going with the kids. So I was like, I'll go with her. You know, why not? And I didn't think nothing of it. We drove down there. We got there. Pace. I did not know jumping on the trampoline does not cost that much. I think we was paying for them socks and that insurance. They have like a thing you sign that says if you hurt yourself, we are not liable. The irony. The irony is crazy. So we signed in, we get everybody checked in, blah blah blah. I start jumping on different stuff, running around, you know, doing my thing. And oh, that's my chair. I was wondering, what is that? That's my chair making this weird noise. But I was jumping around. I'm flat-footed. I'm just gonna tell you right now, I'm flat-footed. My foot has no arch whatsoever. I don't know if that was the reason what happened or what, but I'm just letting y'all know I'm flat-footed. So I'm jumping around, and I see, like, you know, like the trampolines have like individual squares with like cushion in between. So I started thinking, I think I'm gonna jump in between, you know, go boing, 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 boing on the trampolines. I get 2 jumps in, my foot goes like this, like it does that on it. It folds on itself, and I collapse in the little square, and I'm just on the floor. Well, not on the floor, but like I'm laying down on the trampoline, hot. I'm hot. It had got hot like in 2 seconds, and my ankle was on fire. And I'm laying there. I know my cousin notices me laying there, and she goes to get some people who work at the trampoline park. They try to get me to walk on it. No go. Nothing's happening. I thought it was a really bad sprain. I get carried to like the picnic tables where the, you know, where the people who not jumping sit. Hey, mama. No, I'm recording. You think you can call me at like 10:30? Alright, love you. Back to the story. I was carried over to the tables where people who not jumping sit, and they rushed over to me, made me sign this paper, you know, making sure that I was aware of what it said. They're not liable for anything to happen. I signed it, I dated it, blah blah blah. I think it was May 26, 27, 28, somewhere in that area. Because I remember putting one number for the other because I forgot the date. So they bring me some ice. I remember snapping it, but I don't have the snaps no more. I was noticing like my ankle kept getting fatter and fatter and fatter and fatter. And I'm like, this swelling is not going down. And it started getting hard. So I was getting a little, you know, nervous. And when it was time to go, my cousin pulled the car up. I had to get carried to the car. Me thinking, like I said, it's a sprain. I didn't want to mess up the trip. So we leave the trampoline park. They go to Cane's, get something to eat. I sit in the car because I don't want to go in and have everybody look at me hop all around everywhere. I didn't want that attention on me. They eat. I asked my cousin to stop at a dollar store and get some ibuprofen because this is hurting. It's hurting really bad. And she go in. You know what I mean? She ended up hitting somebody that same day. When she was going to get the ibuprofen, she come back. We was gonna leave and go to the movie. She backed up into somebody. I forgot all about that because she did not pull a hit and run. She like parked and waited to see if the owner would notice. That's neither here nor there. That was just something I remember that day. So I took the ibuprofen. I got something to drink. I drank it. We ended up going to the movies because, like I said, I didn't want to mess up nobody's day. So I forgot what we ended up watching. Couldn't even tell you what we was there for. I don't know. But I'm hopping along. I'm using my cousin as a short-term crutch. We get into the movies. I prop my leg up over a seat to see if propping it up would make the swelling go down. I don't think it did. So the movie ends. We walk out. I try to see, can I hop on my own? I had on flip-flops, by the way. The flip-flop folds up under my foot. I have to put the bad foot down, and I just tumbled. I took a dive, and I screamed a scream I've never screamed before. I've never even heard that come out of my mouth. Like, I've never heard that sound come out of me ever, and that was a sound of pure pain, agony. And I'm just laying on the floor. Just laying on the floor crying. Like, nobody cares. Like, everybody just looking at me like I'm just like, I'm crazy. Like, no, I'm hurting. Somebody help me. So the manager come over. Some more employees come over. They give me a chair. They sit me down. And my cousin go out to fetch the car. It had started raining by this point. They carried me to the car. I said, I gotta go to the hospital. I can't wait to go back home to go to the hospital. I gotta go to the hospital up here. So, go to the hospital. I called my dad. I called my dad and told him, hey dad, I'm going to the hospital. I hurt myself. So, he was like, alright. Then I called my boyfriend. I called my mom. I called everybody. And I get to the ER. They put me in a wheelchair. They saw the sock from the trampoline park and they was like, had a trampoline accident, didn't you? I'm like, yeah, that's what had happened. So I get myself checked in. They rolled me to the back. What else happens? I get checked in, they roll me to the bed. They take an x-ray of my foot. My boyfriend's sister busted in the door. She lied and told them she was my sister, blah, 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 blah. And I called my mom and let her know again. No, I called my mom's job. Nobody answered. I think she called back or I called her again. I told my mom, I said, Mom, I'm in the ER. I hurt myself. I'm just letting you know. She wasn't able to get off that day and it is what it is. But my boyfriend and his sister stayed with me because my cousin had to leave and go home because she had to work that next morning or whatever. So I said, whatever, bye. And I get the x-rays back. The nurse or the physician assistant or whoever, or the x-ray technician, comes back, smiles at me and said, you really messed up. I'm like, oh, who comes here with a smile on their face and tells me that? So basically they told me I had multiple fractures in my ankle on both sides. So I broke it on one side and broke it again on the other side when I put my foot down in the movie theater. So they was like, you're gonna need surgery. We got a wonderful orthopedic doctor. Not orthopedic. Is it orthopedic? Is it orthopedic? Let me Google. Hold on. So I don't want to be sounding stupid on here. Orthopedic doctor. Yeah. I got recommended an orthopedic doctor. They had a list of doctors on his paper, and my boyfriend's sister said you need to go with him because he's great. He did my man's surgery when he broke his wrist or something. I can't remember what he broke, but she recommended him. I said, okay, I'm gonna go with him because I trust her. And so they put a splint on my ankle. They sent me home with some medicine. I couldn't even tell you what they took me home with. I think they gave me some medicine. I can't remember. I was out of it. I'm sorry. I was out of it. And I think they did give me something for the pain because I don't remember half the stuff after I left that room. So they wheeled me off. My boyfriend takes me home, well, to my grandma's house where I meet with my cousin who drives me home. It's confusing. Who drives me home. And my dad is yelling at me because I hurt myself. I'm like, Daddy, I ain't hearing nothing you got to say to me. I'm in pain. And so we get home. No, we don't even get home because halfway home, my foot started hurting again. So I'm like, oh my God, we gotta stop at the doctor's office. I mean, we have to stop at the ER at close to my house because I'm like, it's hurting again. Oh no, it's hurting again. So I get there, I put my leg down, they put me in a wheelchair. I'm sitting there for a while and the pain goes away. I think because I don't know why, but my foot was probably too high, and I guess blood was coming from it too fast. I couldn't tell you why, but once I put my foot down, it stopped hurting. So they told me at the ER, they was like, if you're not hurt no more, you better let them know before you get the triage, because when you get the triage, they're gonna bill you. So I said, well, I'm not hurt no more. I don't need triage. I don't need triage. But it was a girl who was training in like the admittance area, and they wanted her to practice, so I still gave her my insurance and stuff like that. The triage woman comes out. I said, you know what? Never mind. I'm fine. I just had to put my foot down. And the woman still gave me advice. She was like, you know, elevate it, ice it, take you some painkillers, whoop, whoop, whoop. So, go home. I think the next 2 days or so, I set up an appointment with the orthopedic doctor that my boyfriend's sister recommended me. We had a consultation. He looked at my foot. He cut open the splint, because it was like a cast. Like a cast at the moment. He cut that open. He moved my ankle around. He was like, this don't hurt, that don't hurt. I'm like, no, it doesn't hurt at all. He was like, you must deal well with pain. I'm like, no, I don't know why, but it doesn't hurt. It's just, it's a lot of pressure, because it's limited to how far I can move my ankle. So he tells me what he gonna have to do. He draws on the board what he gonna have to do to me. He sets up a day and time to where I gotta have my surgery. I think it was like 2 weeks after the consultation, because I had to get prepped and everything. They sent me home with like antiseptic wash to, you know, wash my ankle before surgery, because they don't, if I clean it, it'll be easier for them to clean it, because I guess procedure protocol, I guess. So they x-ray my ankle. They putting all this radiation on me. Like, what the heck? Well, I leave. They sent me home with some extra strength ibuprofen. I barely took those because I don't like taking medications anyway, especially pain medications. So I leave. Couldn't tell you what happened in those. Oh, that following week, like that day. So that following Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, we start our summer classes. And I get there with my boot and everything. They looking at me like, Kiara, what are you doing here? So that first day, they tell me, they was like, Kiara, you're not going to be able to do these classes, because we're going to have to go to hospitals and stuff and do rotations. And you ain't going to be able to do that on that foot. And so I, you know, got emotional. I'm like, dang, I ain't gonna be able to take this class. I'm gonna be behind. Whoop. But I understood, because I mean, who wants to be rolling around the hospital trying to take care of other people and you injured? So after class, I go down to the dean of the department's office and tell her everything that's going on. Like, what are my alternative options? All this stuff. And I just settled with just dropping that class, because if you drop it before 3 days, it doesn't count as a W. It's not even going to be in the system for that quarter, because we're going to quarter system. And so I just set that class out, and I started back up that following winter quarter. So I set that quarter out with that class out. I took another class later on in the quarter, like July something. That was 6 weeks. Like, 4. So I set out. I have scheduled for my surgery. It was June 12th, early in the morning. I think like 9 o'clock in the morning. So my mom, dad was there. My boyfriend came. He was prepping me. Blah blah blah. Surgery happened. When they knocked me out, I didn't even know I was knocked out until I woke up. I was in a daze. They was putting my clothes on for me. They helped me in the wheelchair. I don't even know how I got in the car to go home. my hightail called the dean of my department at school and was talking to her high off my butt from medication still. I told her, I was like, everything went well, the surgery went well. She was like, that's great, Kiara. I hope you heal. I hope you get well. And just keep me updated. I said, yes, ma'am, I will. And that was that. Surgery was done. They gave me the same medication that they gave me at the beginning. For what reason, I don't know. But it really didn't do anything for me. I kept my foot elevated, iced. I kept it wrapped. I kept it clean. Mama cleaned it with they had hydrogen peroxide to keep, stuff from getting in. And it took about 3 to 4 weeks for me to even want to see my scar. Because I didn't want to see it. Then I started rehab shortly after because they didn't want it to stiffen up. Rehab was terrible. Oh my God. Rehab for 10 weeks. Oh God. Rehab, 10 weeks go by. A whole lot of stuff happens in them 10 weeks. I almost injured it again, crutching myself to class. It was a whole thing. 10 weeks go by. I'm still in my boot. They put me in a boot to help with the transition from walking in the boot to walking out of the boot. Before I started walking and stuff, I was scooting around the house in a rolling chair. And I was rolling to get my food, sometimes mama would bring it to me. And it was the whole thing. So that was that. When everything healed and stuff, I wasn't 100%, but I was walking. At least I was walking. So I couldn't even tell you when it started getting better, to be honest. I know I was walking okay by November, and my surgery was in June. So if that tells you anything. I have a few pictures. I only probably have one picture in my boot because I was not feeling myself when I had this boot on. I was just worrying about recovering. So I really don't have a lot of pictures of me in my boot. So I do have a picture of my x-ray though, if y'all want to see it. This, darn it, wasn't that right on damn time. This was the x-ray. It still has, I still have all this in my ankle, by the way. He did tell me in due time, if you feel like taking it out, let me know, we can take it out. I said, all right, I'll let you know. It does irk me from time to time, like when it gets cold and stuff. Sorry, y'all, sorry. I'm just trying to figure out where my light was at. But it does get, when it rains, when it's cold, stuff like that, it does, because, it's a foreign object in your body. So it does irk me from time to time, but it's not terrible. So I would show y'all my ankle, but it's nothing extravagant. I used to like have everybody I know, like I would prop my foot on them and be like, touch my plate. Like I would have them rub their fingers up and down my ankle and feel like the screws in it. Like you can feel them, like especially with my skinny ankles, you can feel them really well. You can feel the screws on the outside of my ankle really well because they're poking out, and my ankles are skinny. So yeah, that was the time that I broke my ankle. Again, that was 3 years ago actually. I think I said 2, but it's been 3. I keep forgetting it's 2021 for some reason. I don't know, but it's been 3 years since I broke my ankle. I can laugh about it now. Like nobody, it's sometimes, like I literally told y'all in the beginning of the video that I forgot I broke my ankle. So yeah, I really forgot I broke my ankle. It's really like, I can jump, I can run, I can do everything again now. It's just, it's one thing I I can't do no more, which is pop it, which I used to do before I broke it. But that's neither here nor there. It's just stuff that I can't do anymore since I had my surgery. So yeah, this is the end of the video. I hope this was a little entertaining for y'all. Let me know what else y'all wanna, you know, watch, what y'all wanna see, whatever. Let me know down in the comments. And I'm gonna try my best to appease y'all. I gotta stop looking at this viewfinder because I know I've been looking at this viewfinder. It's literally right over the lens, because this is the lens and this is the viewfinder. That's why I'm trying to use my camera more, to get used to looking at the lens, not the viewfinder. But yeah guys, I ain't gonna start looking at it now because I've been looking at it the whole time. But yeah guys, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share, all that, because I know y'all want to support your girl. And like I always say, I will see y'all in the next video. Bye guys. Testing 1 2. I'm really just trying to see how they sound on the camera. I'm at the I'm have to practice looking into the lens. But I'm just saying how this quality is. It's dope from the viewfinder, but I'm just trying to see how I sound back here, because I know my air conditioner going. And one thing about me, my air conditioner gonna be on. So yeah, so I'm just saying something, y'all.